Hello there, traveler, and welcome back to the world of Kymaticus, where through the roles we play, we spin our tale. This is our original D&D 5e session here on Forward in the Saves. I am Alexander, your weaver of tales, and as always, I am joined by my companions, Tyler, John, Cassie, Dylan, and Viper. So, hang up your cloak, grab a drink, and kick back as we dive into this chapter of Kymaticus. Ow! Where we last left off. H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S, you are still very much on your little bit of vacation. A couple of things are happening to make you worry or have that feeling deep in your gut. Someone constantly scrying on you as a group or individually, but on all of you. You can feel it and trying to peer in, whoever it may be. On top of that, Cersei's dad is back in action, making a good recovery from the personal hell that he was in. Now he wants to set sail and explore the world. He lost a lot of time and he wants to get it back. Rona, you and Hector went up to New Ironcrest. It felt good to be there. You can tell that Hector was very happy as well. And then Damien Thundermane showed up. And seemingly mispronounced your name as Honora. And then that feeling came in your gut as well. But he left. And the last thing he said to Hector is that he has no right, referring to him in the way he was speaking to him. So, where we are now, Eclipse, you were visited by someone named Scarlet Vance and gave you an ominous message that, well, you can tell the group later.
Oh.
And you have fallen asleep in the barracks as to not be alone.
And I also made a guard feel very, very bad about themselves.
Yes.
In the process.
We left off. 3 days left until the meeting. And the meeting will be held on this fourth day. Cerseius, you woke up on this small boat with your father, who took you to that location that he likes out, kind of a little far out into the ocean, where you could see a crystal cave beneath the waters that illuminated in the moonlight. Very beautiful, very peaceful. Your father said it was a place where he went when he just wanted to get away. You went to sleep, and this morning you woke up, transitioning once again back into this demonic form, something that you have previously escaped, although not entirely sure how. It's back.
Yeah. Human time.
Oh!
Your father looks at you, just concern over his face. He takes a step towards you. He doesn't seem afraid of you, but he definitely is really worried for you. And as he approaches, he looks to you. Cerseius?
It's me. Father, I must go. I did not expect this to happen, but I still have my demons to fight. You have your oceans to adventure, and I'm sorry, but I wanted to spend a few days with you, but I have to go. I now know what my armor did that I left with. Brett, what was her name? What was her name?
Ella.
It's been so long.
Ella Valora.
Ella Valora. Yeah. I have to go get my armor back from Ella.
Right.
It was protecting me from these demons. So I love you, Father, and I promise I will spend so much time with you on the water whenever I am finished. It's good to have you back. And I'll go in for a hug. If he wants to accept it or not, with me looking like a demon.
He
don't know.
reciprocates. Takes him a moment.
Okay.
You can see he's kind of in shock, but you hug him, and just for that moment, you don't feel his arms. After a second, you do. He kind of gently wraps around you, and that gentle feeling turns into very firm, almost like gripping onto you. You can tell that he is worried about you. Very worried.
I'll be back soon. And I'll be in contact with you as well. Goodbye, Father. And I'm grabbing that stone that I had, seeing if he has any words.
As you grab the stone, he doesn't know what else to say besides, "I love you, son."
That's when I'll teleport.
All right.
I'd rather say I love you whenever I'm human.
You teleport out. This takes you back to the beach of Kalesh, yes?
Yes, it should. That's where I grabbed the rock.
All right.
Let me mark off that spell. And
So you teleport out. We're going to move over to Eclipse now. Eclipse, you slept in the barracks in the company of the guards that were also sleeping in there at the time. And yeah, the safety measure worked out. You weren't disturbed physically. However, the dream you had was confusing, dark. You're back in that alleyway, looking down at the dead body of the one that you hunted for your god. And as you look over to that reflection and you see the shadowy figure behind you, the white eyes, you hear the name once more. A knock. The shadowy figure reaches its hand out over the reflection of your head. You can see it. And he grabs down on the top of your head. His long, dark, shadowy fingers kind of stretch down your brow, down the ridge of your nose, and he pulls back. And as he does, your eyes open wide and your eyes roll back into the back of your head. And a flurry of visions crosses over you. I need you to roll me a perception check.
I'm scared.
No, this is bad. My hand's cramping. I'm so out of touch. No, I haven't wrote that much.
28.
28.
Yes, ma'am.
Get it, girl.
When you wake, you will remember the entirety of your dream. But you see a very fast barrage of visions. The first one being a very angry person of some type of power yelling at you. He has a crown on his head. You don't know who this is, though. He yells, he points. You can't make out what he says, but it sounds like he says... You think you make out the word kill. And behind him you see Anak, the shadowy figure. The next vision that you see is very brief, and it takes you back to your time of war. You are on a battlefield. Above you, a flurry of winged lions fly over you. And before you, you see this undead soldier come barreling towards you before they are taken out by a glowing halberd. The vision flashes once more, and you see a burst of purple energy that you haven't seen before. And it radiates from beyond a massive door. You see figures in front of you. You count 4. Although you cannot make them out. The only thing that you see is their silhouette pressed against this purple background. And then your vision flashes once more. And it is a growl or a roar of something that you cannot explain. It sounds like 1,000 voices shouting at once. And then you get that feeling. The same feeling that you had with Dridel, Cerseus' father. There's something there to be set right. Anak wants you down this path. That is all the information you retain from waking from your dream. But you wake in the barracks to the smell of fish. As talking to some of these guards, they like you. And they went ahead and got you a little something for when you woke up.
Aww.
So they're in there eating like whatever breakfast meats they have, but next to your bed is a plate of just some fried fish. So, as you enjoy that, we'll go over to you, Eldon. What are you doing on the morning of the 3 days away?
He's already awake. Probably just got a chair next to the crib.
Uh-huh.
Probably just watching Kari and just sleep in it. Probably just looking at Bessie in the bed as he's kind of longingly not wanting to go. He's just slowly soaking in every second before he knows he has to go back to save the world. Because there's never enough days off for this man.
You do that. Bessie wakes, joins you next to you, just looking at your child together. You just have a moment with her. And then you embark.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Give her one long kiss.
Yeah.
Before I kind of just flutter away into the sky, heading towards the teleportation circle in Cain Allegard, to then reach the Eye of Yor, as I'll message Hector and Rona, seeing if they want to meet there.
Okay. What do you say?
Just as the boots are fluttering under me, just tap and brace like, hey, y'all want to meet at the Eye of Yor, finish what I need to do. I think investigating the far metal and seeing if we can do anything with that, with our equipment, would be wise before the meeting.
What
So-
was that? Did you hear something?
I'll say yeah.
It's like a voice I haven't heard so long ago.
That wakes up Hector and Rhoda.
So at the end of last session, Rona did not sleep. So she's got, I've already got it marked off. She has a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
She's probably like pacing something annoying. I don't know.
So, you guys are still in New Ironcrest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're in that back room. Hector's like massive bedchamber. So he's sleeping.
Spread eagle probably.
Yeah,
Using up all the
just-
space.
Snoring is loud.
He wakes up. Huh? What? Who's it? What?
Why are my wrists tied to the bedpost?
But you're pacing back and forth on this massive, like, beautiful rug that was probably commissioned by Arthur himself. You can tell it's very eccentric. But you're pacing back and forth on it. You hear Eldon speak of the far metal in your head via your bracelet, and when you hear it, Hector shoots up. Huh?
I'll respond back in the bracelet. That seems like a wise decision. We'll need to all talk too. We found out some new information.
Okay.
Okay. So it was a message.
They'll get the
Yeah,
red
that's
check
the
mark.
weirdest dream.
That's like message was read.
Message read.
Yeah.
All right. Just think. And you're heading to Kanagar to use teleportation circle to take you where?
To the Tower of Yor.
Tower of Yor. Okay.
Because we said we need that.
So while you're heading there, we'll go to our two remaining. Hector and Rona, after you receive that message. Rona, you have a level of
Exhaustion.
exhaustion. Thank you. I was like, fatigue? You have a level of exhaustion.
It's been a while.
And Hector, I assume you would get up and get ready. But while you guys are doing that, what do you talk about, and what's your next move?
You know, the weirdest dream last night.
Oh?
We were standing in like this wheat field together. And you were just walking and running your fingertips across the stalks. And I blink, and you're gone. The wheat field just kind of crumbles into dust, just barren around me. And then I hear Eldon's voice. I look down, he's in my shirt pocket. He looks up and he says, "Ha, you need to be on top or else your bottom will be too heavy." Then he lifts his shield up and flies away. And that's when I woke up. What do you think? Do you think it means anything?
By Chanteur's light, I pray that means nothing.
That was amazing.
No more sugar before bed for you. Ever again.
When he flew away, did it make a sound like?
It's like he lifts his shield up and it was like a balloon, just like, and then he just like flies away.
I must go. My people need me.
He's gone. It was the strangest thing. Anyways,
That's all.
did you get any
Must go,
sleep
my
last night?
baby needs me.
All right, go ahead, Rona.
What?
So go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it was weird. That's what I said.
You were able,
Okay.
were you able to get any sleep last night?
Oh, absolutely not. No. No. But I've got a couple of thoughts. So at least it was beneficial.
Well, see what happens. What was Eldon's message, by the way? I heard nothing. Heard nothing of the message.
Oh, well, I volunteered us to go to the Tower of Yor, so I hope that's okay.
Let me get dressed.
All right. As you guys do that, you head out.
We've got to pick up Eclipse.
Who's Eclipse?
She.
Oh, that's a backseat. Oh man, we just kind of.
You gotta
we
think he only met her like
Man,
one day.
that sleep. I felt like we took like a 2-month-long nap. Like that was crazy.
This when Dylan just looks below. Oh, Eclipse.
In my other shirt pocket.
The Viper just looks up.
Me!
What about it?
So
That's right,
why don't we go to where she is? Right? Where's she? Where is she?
She says Kalesh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Hopefully she's
we'll
still
go-
there.
if not, I think I can find her. But yes, Kalash and then the Tower of Yore.
Collect her new friend. So yeah, it's best. You should collect a new friend before heading to the Tower of Yore.
Yes. I think she deserves to be filled in.
Lucius should be
On
there too, so
some
we should be
things.
able to get him as well. How much do we tell her? Do we tell her about Parallax? Do we tell her about how we are basically reborn gods? Where do we draw the line? Just so we're on the same page. I know you said you trust her, but how much do we trust her?
Well, Shantae said I could trust her, so perhaps just having a conversation with her and figuring out how far she's willing to trust us.
So we tell her the important things that's pertinent, and then instead of just, ladling a bunch of information on her, drowning her in all the weird problems, we'll just give them to her as they
Right. And also, I feel like if we don't go ahead and, get a hold of her and we give her all of that information at one time, she will not stay. And we might need her.
And just as a side note, capital of Kalesh is Abriel.
Abriel?
Yes. Abreel.
know that.
Aberil?
Abreel.
Hold on. I'm having a dyslexic moment. Okay.
Abriel.
Abriel. That's what it says. Okay.
Abriel.
Jabril.
Kalash capital. Why are words so hard right now?
Been
Um,
2-month long nap.
Okay, so you two
Yeah.
suit up
Yeah.
and head out.
Yeah.
Grab a quick little bite to eat, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And as you are making your way through, you say goodbye to Grit,
Yeah.
Jane.
Yep.
Did Keijo already leave to meet the children of Skyraeus?
Yeah, I would have seen that as pertinent, so I would have sent him out that day.
Okay. So
If
you
he
do
was
not
able
see
to get
Keijo.
everything he needed.
And you say goodbye to Olaf,
Amon!
Eamon, and his new friend, Tobias.
Amon.
Say goodbye to Ennius. And before you leave, Olaf will say,
Eric.
yeah, you say goodbye. Yeah. Before you leave, though, Olaf has a word with you, Hector. So we are awaiting troops from Karadesh.
Yes. I'm
We meet-
waiting for our meeting in 3 days.
And we're to meet the Karadeshi troops at the Ironport, yes?
Yes. That's about the only safe. That's the safest place I know that's closest.
Should we go ahead and move?
Karadesh. Sorry, I got confused. Karadesh is going to be 2 weeks away. So, yes. We're going to have to go ahead and move and mobilize throughout Alvaron as it is, and then Karadesh is going to have to catch up when they get here.
We shall move all of our fighters. Go ahead and move them down to the Ironport. And I guess after that, we'll start getting things rolling, huh?
We'll have to be careful because I've heard tell of Calvarati saboteurs that have been moving throughout the area. So there might be a fight to get to the capital. Be aware.
All right. Best of luck with your meeting with that prick.
See you soon. Awesome bro handshake.
Yeah.
Also, bro, handshake.
Slap on the bicep.
On the booty.
On the what? Never mind.
Yeah.
As you walk
one,
out,
one
he's
hand bicep, one hand booty.
Yeah. This is your one tap on the ass.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you don't
The
give your
NFL
bros-
handshake.
A
you don't
good
give your
game.
bros a butt tap?
You say goodbye, and you guys walk out. You head out towards the gazebo where this teleportation circle is at. On your way out, that's where you actually do see Eamon and Tobias. Eamon stops you both, walks up. If I can, a brief prayer for you in your travels.
We could use all the help we could get.
He reaches out, holds on to your your right shoulder, Hector. Reaches out to Tobias next to him. Tobias then reaches out to your shoulder.
I'm gonna follow his hand.
And he looks to you for you to close the gap, so you hold on to Hector. And you guys form a quick little circle.
Huddle. Prayer huddle.
Helm.
Prayer huddle.
Helm, I ask you to watch over these two of my friends. There are travels to be had very soon, and trials that will need to be overcome. Please, guide them as you have guided me. In your name, I thank you. And as you guys look up, you notice Tobias was looking at you this whole time. You look at him briefly, and then he looks back down. In your name. Best of luck. Hoplites, right?
You got it.
He still has the hood up, even though it's not, no bad weather at all. But you do see he is actively trying to cover a pretty bad scar on his face.
Tobias's?
Yeah, and on his neck, preferably, or more so his neck. But
Can I, pretty please, make an insight check on the little side eye he just gave me?
sure.
Trying to poke is what it is.
Why are you being like this? Okay. Technology, guys.
Technology.
Super useful
Okay.
and super convenient.
Would you prefer this? Okay, you prefer this. Oh!
You prefer this? No, I prefer going to sleep.
My tablet's on it. Oh.
Didn't have this problem. It was just pen and paper.
Yeah.
Obligatory
Yeah,
pen and paper guy.
Technology.
Oh, shut up, old man.
So
I should be the old man in this
exceptional one does what again? Disadvantage on
Pen and paper. I wouldn't have a
on
job
ability
without
checks.
technology.
So I normally have advantage, so straight roll. Okay. That's
All right.
what I thought.
All that for a straight roll.
26.
Okay.
Yay.
Very nice.
Might as well flip it.
He's studying you because it's almost like he's trying to confirm or affirm something. It's not looking at you in any type of way that would make you think that whether he's interested in you or if he's looking at you like he, menacingly. It's not that.
Does it look like you might be trying to confirm that if you've seen me before?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But he says goodbye to you too as well.
I'll
Amen.
shake his hand as we leave. I'd like to get to know you a bit better, Tobias. At some point. Whenever is convenient for you and we're not dead.
Maybe next time we meet.
Sounds wonderful.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Him and Eamon walk away. You and Hector make your way towards the gazebo. Step on to
Icarus?
with Icarus. And Abe was up here?
No, he's still at Ivor.
Okay. So he's about to be happy to see
Ashenga
you.
had better be taking good care of him. So help me.
All right.
Don't say
The
that.
two of you step on the teleportation circle and gone. Eldon, at Canal Guard. You teleport from there to the Eye of Yore. We'll catch up with the three of you in a moment. Cerseus, you are on the beach of Abriel. Where are you going?
Hey. Well,
Actually, hold
first,
on.
before I go
Pause.
anywhere-
Pause real quick. You guys are going to go pick up Eclipse first.
Yes.
So you teleport to Abriel first.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Eldon, you go to Eye of Yore,
Yeah.
back to Cerseus. Where are you going?
Me, if I could get this thing to work. Technology
Technology
isn't-
everywhere.
It's a
But
Extra
anyways,
one.
I'm going to also use disguise self before I go anywhere, and then start
All right.
flying. So I want to make myself look like I'm normal, so
Okay.
that way when I fly, I'm not looking like a demon in the sky to everybody.
So you want to look like the... All right, so real quick, you want to look like the Avoon Cerseus that you were a couple days ago.
Yes.
So you disguise yourself to look as you did a couple days ago, and you take off. Where are you heading?
Straight to Ella's castle or tower.
All right. You head towards her tower, which is off to the side of the main castle of Abriel. Within no time, you make your way into her tower and call out to her. She comes out from around just the bend there. She looks to you. What is the matter?
I need my armor. Now.
I'm not done looking at all the specs of it, Cerseus.
I've figured out what it does, and I need it. Please, Ella. As soon as possible.
Okay. Just
Can
wait
we-
here a
can we get
moment.
inside? I'll show you.
If I'd prefer you stay out here. There are many delicate things in works right now. I'll be right back with it.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
That sounded pretty
Sus.
weird, considering she's like best friend.
Anytime I say-
Suspicious.
anytime
Someone
I
is
say no
setting
to you guys,
boundaries.
it's-
That's
Someone's setting
suspicious.
boundaries with one of the MCs of the story. Hold on now. That means they're the villain. That's not allowed. I should be able to
How
do
dare they
whatever
keep
I
me
want.
out?
That's
Privacy?
24.
Okay. Seems like there's things that she might not want you knowing right now.
Ooh. She's a villain.
Yeah, but
Kill her.
she says, just wait here. I'll it's just upstairs. Let me run and get it. I'll be right back. She closes the door and begins to, well, you would assume, go get it. You're waiting. What do you do?
I'm just looking around for any clues as to like, is there something she's working on around here or anything suspicious?
So, we'll say, this didn't really set the scene too well. You went to her tower.
Mhm.
You are at we'll say the bottom floor of her tower. There is a door that leads to a stairwell where she came down to meet you. This bottom area is pretty much like a little lobby, a little living area. Nothing of note here. If there is anything about her studies or anything you might want to learn, that would be upstairs.
I'm not gonna go up because that'd be suspicious too. But I'll hold off.
All right.
Would the suspicious
Roll me a perception
cancel
check.
out, or would
Oh.
they add?
I think it added.
That's a 9. I kind of want to use my lucky on this one.
You're more than welcome to.
I'm using lucky because something's up.
All right.
I rolled a 19 after using lucky.
Okay. It's very, very quiet, but you hear a man's voice. There's someone else in there.
So you said there's a stairwell. I mean, I'm guessing it's like a curved around the tower.
Yeah, so you're kind of like against a wall, there's a door, and it goes up and curves up around this tower.
All right, let's see. I've got to do something.
Right.
We're taking pot shots as he's upstairs.
I think she has relations.
I think she has relations. If this happens,
Is it Aaron?
I think. Well, we think
we
it
have
was
a pot
mostly-
shot guess. We're not gonna say it yet.
Yeah. Oh, we're not. Okay.
I don't think we should say it yet, just in case we're right.
anyways,
I think it's my brother, but I'm gonna
That's a
fly
good
up
guess,
to
too.
the
Fair
door.
lax.
Ah!
you're going to go out and fly up.
I wanted to fly up to where like the top of the staircase and listen.
So the staircase, I'm sorry, the staircase is within a wall, so it's not visible to you.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll go outside and try to investigate a
Okay,
little bit.
you go out and you fly up. Roll me a stealth check.
That's 18.
18.
I hope that passes. I don't think it will, but
So, I need you to roll me a perception check.
nope. Lucky. I'm using lucky. That was a
Keep it! Keep it! It'd be so beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
I'm not gonna sit there and pass like a stealth and then just like not see anything. 11. Not great either.
You cannot make out what they're saying, and you do not have anything that allows you to read lips, do you? Whatever feat that is, observant.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I have alert. I don't know if that
Okay.
will help me here. But so I see who it is?
You see her talking to someone, but they are out of sight. They're kind of like behind a
that's-
corner.
Ugh.
Roll me an intelligence check for me.
Okay. Intelligence. That's a 15.
With 15, you can tell that they might not be human. They're probably shorter because you see her looking down.
Okay.
But she looks like she's arguing with whoever this is. She goes over to your to a table that you can clearly see that has these like magical like spheres that are floating around it, and on the table is your armor, laying on top of what looks like a drawn sigil of some kind. She walks up, waves her hands. All the spheres go down and into this bowl on the corner of the table. You watch as that happens. The glow of the sigil that is underneath your armor dies down, and she grabs your armor off the table and kind of holds it in both arms. As she's walking out, she looks down to the whoever this person is, kind of behind this corner, and says something almost like she's barking at him, like something very forceful.
Is this a
Does,
open
like-
window like a?
No, it's not.
Or is it like a? Okay. So it's not so that
but
I
it-
can just sit in
but
and
it
be
is-
like, hi.
It's a prolonged eye contact for a moment, like a stare, and then she turns to walk and begins to head down the stairs. Do you go back down to be there, or do you stay?
Can I measure how much time I have based on how high it is? Because I want to see if the person comes around the corner to the last very second and fly down.
I'll say that you have you can stay up here for maybe 10 seconds.
I'm going to grab something off of me.
I'll put it this way. If you stay, I'm going to make it a check to be there in time.
No. Spicy. Are we gonna
And
beat the
steaks.
clock? Ooh, add stakes. We're getting consequences.
Could I speed up and get a better chance if I throw something at the window to make them come around the corner?
That would threaten you being found out. But you could do that if you want to. That would also be a roll for stealth.
You said I heard someone before I flew up, so I'll just confront her about that. I'll go back
Okay.
down.
All right. You fly back down. You are in front of the door comfortably when you hear footsteps coming down. You hear the door unlatch and open. Here you go, dear. She hands it to you. Anything else I can do for you?
At that moment, I drop disguise self.
She stares for a moment and then looks to you.
This is what it does. It hides this. And as I put the armor on, I'm kind of doing my own investigation, looking at it, just like I'm trying to act like I'm like, how does it do that? But also like, did you put anything on it? She's arguing
It
with
doesn't.
somebody over
So
there.
first,
They
it doesn't
weren't
look any different. It doesn't look any different than when you gave it to her.
Okay.
Do you ask her if she put anything on it?
I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead. RP it. How do you say it?
Ella, did you make any changes while you were working with it, or did anything come out to you at all? I know you said you weren't done, but was there?
Are you donning the armor when you're talking?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll-
because I was just thinking, I don't know if there's a Cerseus, like I need to get this thing going as quick as possible thing or not.
Yeah.
But as you begin to don the armor, she says, "No. It had a. It was strange. I wasn't able to see its properties like I could with most magical items. It was almost muddled, or like too much going on. Almost like it's maybe it has like contingencies that need to be in place. I don't know.
We'll see.
So I instigated a process that would take at least a full day, 24 hours. And still, obviously, I wasn't able to finish it, but
As I finish putting on the armor, I then want to just look up and say, one more thing. Who is that upstairs you're talking to? I heard a man.
a business partner.
Insight. I got to.
Cool.
Oh!
24.
Doesn't seem like she's lying.
What business is that?
Frankly, dear Cerseus, something personal to me. Now, I need to get back to what I am doing. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, nothing else. I would like to say I know we're friends a long time ago, but I've been betrayed so much in the past couple years that I won't let it happen again. That's all I'll say. And he'll leave.
Wisdom saving throw, Cerseus.
Oh! Contingency fireball. Mental
14.
fireball.
Okay.
Could I tell something was happening?
You felt a brief, just slight headache come on.
Interesting. I'm gonna get out of sight, and I'm gonna make sure I can still take this armor off too.
You can. You try to take the
Okay.
gauntlet off. The gauntlet comes off. You're fine.
I know she put like some kind of lock on it, and then it's like I have to obey what she says or something.
As you're walking away, she says, "Are you sure you're okay?"
I'm fine. Thank you for looking at it.
Of course. She closes the door. At this point, you are in the Eye of Yor.
Yep.
You and Hector are in Kalesh and Abriel. Cerseus is now leaving the Archmage's Tower. Eclipse. After your morning breakfast of fish fillet,
Fish.
your morning fish. What do you do next?
I want to go up to the training area, wherever that is,
Mm-hmm.
just to sharpen my blades, potentially clean them off if there's anything left over that I didn't get the night before.
There's a little spot here or
And-
there.
Yeah, I try to take good care of them. And ponder on my dreams, because the last one was kind of freaky.
Okay, so you spend a couple hours really tending to your blades. You have taken really good care of them. And as you clean them up, you see just briefly as you kind of hold it in your hand as you're cleaning it, it just has this dark, shadowy aura for a brief second. Some of that necrotic energy that you were gifted.
I forgot about that.
After a couple hours, your blades are clean. You ponder on your vision. And you can make one connection that you think is actually kind of obvious. The weapon that Hector carries is a halberd with a broken blade. You only see a couple of shards stick out of the shaft. That was the same halberd you saw in your vision, in your dream, except that halberd was ignited to where this radiant glow filled where the blade would be. Anak sent you on a quest, on a mission, and last night was kind of an affirmation that you're on the right path. But some of the things that might come seem pretty daunting. However, at this time, Hector, Rona, you make it into Abriel. You reach out to Eclipse.
Yep, I cast Sending.
Okay?
Eclipse, it's Rona. Where are you?
Kind of scares the crap out of me. I dropped my whetstone. Fumbled to pick it up. And I go, I'm in the training area of the castle. I need to talk to you guys.
I'm not gonna send another spell. I'm gonna go there.
All right. You pick up your whetstone, and before you continue to clean and sharpen your blades, kind of jumpy right now. You hold the blade as you're about to start sharpening it, and in the reflection behind you, you see the visage of Anak once more. Another quick jump, and as your blade settles once more, he is gone. So, take a breath. You finish sharpening your weapons, and at that time, Hector, Rona.
Well, do I hear anything about them potentially finding a body?
You have heard nothing yet.
Great. I like to keep it that way.
Hector and Rona, after about 10 minutes, you make it to the barracks, to the training grounds for the guards and the soldiers. You see, sitting over by a couple of weapon racks and whetstone wheels, you see Eclipse. Seemingly a little jumpy.
There's a Klein. She's over there.
Oh, good job, Hector. You found her.
All right,
the
you guys.
one white cat and all the people.
The three of you are now together. Oh, finally.
Huzzah!
You're getting there, Alex. You're
We
slowly
did it.
getting there.
We're finally coming back together.
Quick, split up, gang.
Yeah.
All I
So,
can imagine now is Hector going to Eclipse and a cat and just walking up to the cat. Eclipse, it's been so long.
It's not even a
Um,
white cat.
No, it's just a random cat.
I'm gonna like sit down on whatever Eclipse is sitting on. I
Okay.
guess
It's a bench. We'll say
rock.
it's enough for 3 people.
Okay.
Coincidentally.
And I will toy with the additional communication bracelet on my wrist and pull it off. And I'll just kind of look over at her. So I know we just met and everything, and then disappeared for like days. Anyway, I have a lot of faith that you're supposed to be with us in some form or fashion. And if you're amiable to that, and the shitstorm we're about to rain down upon the entire world, then this is yours, and I'll pass it over.
Okay, you are handed a telecommunication bracelet. With it on, you can communicate telepathically at any distance, over any range, to any other wearer of a bracelet of the same set. I think it does not go through planes,
Yeah,
right? It has
it's
to be on the
gotta
same
be
plane.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
it's
I was
like-
about to
well,
ask
Yeah, I
that.
I
figured
was
that.
say if it's like sending, there's a chance it will fail.
Okay.
It's like a percentage chance you roll or something.
It will not. You have to be on the same plane.
Okay.
You gotta have Wi-Fi.
You don't have Wi-Fi.
Gotta be
Whippy.
Bluetooth connected.
Okay. So you have that. Add that to your inventory.
So all I can really tell you is there's a lot that we've done and have to do, and I can't guarantee we can tell you it all right now because it's just a lot of information. But I trust you, and Shantae, I trust you, and if you're willing to trust us in return, we might make it out of this alive.
I scoff when she says that. My travels had led me here. I have visions of you guys. Oddly
Kind of
enough,
visions.
I don't know.
Last time someone
But-
had visions of me, they tried to murder me.
I look at the halberd at your side and I go, I've seen that lit all the way up. And I go,
Interesting.
in fact, it was in my dream last night.
That seems ominous.
It was not a good night's sleep. Let's see. Where is it?
I had a weird dream too. Actually.
No,
Oh
Hector.
my god.
No.
Let's see.
Not the time, right? Not the time.
Oh. Does anyone have the ability to potentially cast a small room of which we cannot be scryed upon in?
Speaking of which,
Huh.
Rona, what's the saving throw?
Hey, let's go. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. It's really Eldon making all y'all make these wisdom saves. I just gotta play it off. Like, I'm
Just
not
text
the
Alex.
captain.
It's like scram Rona.
No, I just tell him to roll a d4 and be like, occasionally just throw me in there. So it's not like, John, why aren't you making wisdom saves? What's up with that?
Caught onto your evil plan.
Naha, revealed myself. I'm like a Bondian villain.
Okay, listen, guys. I'm so sorry. This is being ridiculous right now. I can't scroll.
I thought that was an I'm so sorry. I rolled a 1. Not an I'm so sorry. I can't.
Okay.
I can't get my roll.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 23.
Okay.
Why did you sound so relieved? So normally, yes, I could definitely do that. I also didn't sleep very well last night, at all, actually. So I'm a little tapped, but we're about to go someplace that we cannot be scryed upon, if I remember correctly.
Yes, this conference room has anti-magic capabilities.
Good. We should go there. We'll talk there rather than here in the open.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Real quick, Eldon, you went to the Eye of Yore. Where would you be? Would you have already gone to the conference room?
I mean, yeah, that's the only place I could be waiting.
Okay. All right. You, Hector, and Eclipse.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
Nah, just music.
What do you do?
So, you coming with? All right, let's go.
I'm
Hector?
following. I don't know where anything is
Me
except
neither.
for the kitchen.
Where do we go?
You? I have you. Actually, I need to check on Cersei, see if she's still alive. Cersei, is he all right? As I speak into the bracelet.
Cerseus, at this time, you are just now walking away from Ella.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Head back in the bracelet. Am I ever all right?
Is this to everybody?
Well, you can
I
direct
just
it.
read to Hector.
So, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It's like boo-hoo.
It was like in response to his question.
Okay. Well, you're breathing, so it's kind of a bare minimum line for us right now, so I'm going to count that as all right. Just wanted to give you a heads up. We're heading to the Eye of Yore really soon. We're actually in Kyl-L right now if you want to meet up with us.
Where are you? I'll meet up with you, but
We're in the training beds.
I'll be
Training
there
grounds.
shortly.
In a bit.
I'll be there shortly.
Okay, love you. Bye. All right, he's on his way.
Okay, love you.
Did he just say he loves
You said meet you where?
At the training.
The
Training
training grounds.
All right. So you guys hang tight for a little bit.
During this time, I'll bring out the harvester and Eclipse. Can I actually borrow your whetstone?
I just handed it to her.
So when she pulls out the harvester, it's not like it was on her back and she pulled it out.
It was in its own dimension. And it
She-
came to my hand.
You see a rose kind of wrapped around her right wrist, forearm area. Kind of the vines wrap around and embed itself into her gauntlet. She holds her hand out, and you watch essentially the tip of the blade come out of the rose at a straight angle, along with a shaft. And when the harvester, which is a scythe, gets far enough out, that blade locks into place, and she has to kind of catch it.
You
And-
see big cat eyes and a happy tail. And she goes, I need one of those.
The rose is now white on your wrist now.
Yeah, I don't have anything stored in it.
And you see a red rose that wraps up the shaft of the harvester and up and around where the shaft meets the blade on the scythe. So, you sharpen the harvester.
Okay.
And-
I'll put in a good word for you.
So,
Happy ears.
few minutes pass, and Cerseus, since you put your armor on in full, Cerseus, you felt your body transform back to your Avun self.
Oh,
You feel it. It is not. This armor is not giving the illusion it transforms you.
Okay, so I thought it would be like just withholding. I didn't know it would turn me back. So that's good to know.
When
So I
you
thought
were
it would
walking,
like stop it.
when you were walking in your devilish form or demonic form, you couldn't feel the bottoms of your feet. They were cloven.
Yeah.
But since you put the armor back on, you regain that feeling.
Okay.
So you're back. You're good right now. You spread your wings and you fly over to the training quarters. You know where they are.
Mhm.
And the four of you are now together.
We're getting closer.
I thought I'd have a surprise for you all. You're shocked. But this armor keeps my demonic form from coming back, as I didn't wear it for a day and I was a demon this morning. So
thought
that's
my-
great.
Sleeping fur was bad.
No, I have sleeping demon horns.
Resting demon face.
Resting
I'm
demon
always going to
face.
sleep in
Canon.
Anyways,
One problem
Roll
at a time.
initiative. I look over and I go, okay, so where might we go to talk?
Hmm. That would be the
Let's go.
Eye of Yore.
Lead the way.
Eclipse, you know what the Eye of Yore is. It when you first came here a long time ago and fought in the 100-Year War, the Great War, the Eye of Yore is an insanely tall tower built in the kingdom of Tyrion, the kingdom of Aldahari that borders where both war fronts were. The tower
Oh,
was built
okay.
to peer over the high walls of the border and essentially spy on any enemy movements. So it was a really major point in the war and arguably something that helped them win. So you are going there to meet, and Yor is the last name of the War Master, who is credited with really saving Aldahari, Ashenga Yor. So a name that you would know from your time here in Aldahari. So the four of you head to the teleportation circle of Abrio. You get there.
Mhm.
Essentially, in no time, you teleport to the Eye of Yore, where Eldon is waiting.
Oh, there's a set of boots right in front of me. Perfectly polished and clean. They're very leafy, but they kind of like change color as they're sitting on the table. So it's like green ankles, but like stone.
Okay.
Stone color.
So as the four of you walk into the conference room, you see Eldon, you see the boots, and Ashenga walks in right after the five of you are in there. He closes the door, turns, looks to Eclipse. Did Scarlet get a hold of you? Good. Hello, everyone. Again,
Hello.
nice to see you all. Hoplites. The Scarlet Vance is I trust her very much. In case we didn't have a chance to meet again before this meeting, I had her seek out one of you. She deemed the easiest one to find was the cat.
Your intel's very good. She's new.
The eye squint?
I don't know if I like.
Hmm.
Her words, not mine.
Hmm. What did you have her tell me?
Oh.
I've never been this anxious or nervous about a meeting with the Emperor before. Throughout your time away, I have seen him slip farther and farther into this maddening state of, I don't know, he's self-absorbed or paranoia. That on top of Damien Thundermane. Something isn't sitting right with me. Because I did not know if we would meet, I sent Scarlet. I told her to tell you to meet in the Noble District. She's going to take all your weapons from you. She will hold on to them. She will bring them back here. In the event that something happens at this meeting, he looks to you, Cerseus. I need you to teleport all of us back here.
What's an item I could take from here?
Teleportation circle. You don't have to take anything.
That's true.
Okay. Well, I think I would have those written down. I forgot about that.
Just, as a quick escape. Something's not right, but I haven't figured it out. And I pray that I'm wrong.
There's a possibility I might have figured out.
Let's all sit.
I'll do. He warily sits down, just bracing for whatever news you're going to bring up.
I am confident that Damien Thundermane knows my true identity. He came to New Ironcrest. I bumped into him at the teleportation circle in the middle of town, and he called me Honora. He tried to play it off like a slip of the tongue. Very hostile. And if he knows who I am, then the Emperor probably does too. I spoke with my advisor, and my mother knew Damien well enough, so I'd be recognized anyway. So he's known all along. Long before I even did.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna pause for a second and turn to Eclipse.
Yeah?
This is one of those times where I can give you good information, I suppose. I go by Rona, I prefer it, but my real name is Honora Vimiar, and I am the Queen of Cover by accident.
How do you spell that real quick? Sorry.
I don't
Not
even
Rona.
I'm just kidding.
Which one?
I'll text you.
Which one are we needing spelling of?
Queen, Queen what?
Vimiar
What?
is Vimiar, so it's
I thought you meant
Vemi.
I got it.
All right. Oh, you just texted.
You can keep talking.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I remember.
I think your accidentally, Queen, is a little misleading, saying we marched up to the palace and killed your aunt.
I just meant that. I guess we did do it on purpose, but no. I guess what I
I guess we accidentally murdered somebody in cold blood.
I had every intention of talking to her. Every intention.
Well,
And
that was
she just wanted to fight. And I couldn't afford to lose. So, kind of by accident, I was more than happy to leave her on the throne as long as she got her head out of her ass. But so far, that doesn't work.
Instead, it's no longer attached to anything.
Well, see,
It is, but that's a different
unfortunately,
story.
yeah. Well, she's back from the dead now, but that's like Hector said, different story. Anyway, one problem at a time. So,
See, Eclipse seemed interested in that. Back from the dead statement.
I will log that, but keep going. So, I don't know. I don't know how much confidence I can say this in, but in pretty full confidence that this meeting is a trap.
Something seems off.
Even if it is, we have a way out of there, but I do think they would have countermeasures for us. They know we're powerful. They're not going to take chances. There could be anti-magic field, but that would also mean they're at a disadvantage. But we would have no weapons, so it'd be down to the count.
Me and
Well.
Eldon and Hector too. Right?
These hands is what they can get.
Sure,
I
it
can
has some,
also-
I can do my little javelin.
I can also tether one extra weapon to me as well, so I'm not completely out the fight if we have to throw hands.
It is best to get out.
I know what I'm saying. Just in case.
We can fight
Four
our
of
way.
us can be armed.
We can fight our way out. Yes, but is it worth our time to try to have allies on the inside to start with? Get ahead of this.
If something is to go wrong, the only ones I feel that you might have may have on your side are me, Cerseus, your brother, and the Wormbreakers. They've always been loyal to the Stoneborn family. I feel that loyalty would transcend their the word. Oh my god, it escapes me.
Transcend the throne.
Sure.
Ties to the throne.
So what if we stop hiding? What if we try and tell the truth and see who would just be on our side instead of us going into this meeting and it being a trap where they say, we know that you're the queen? What if we tell them that? There would be other people that would join our side because we are being truthful.
And I do think it's worth our time, for honesty, with at least your brother. The Wormbreakers know, but your brother may not know the full scope, so we could absolutely do that. But I don't
Speaking
think...
from the perspective. Go ahead. There you go. You were already talking. I interrupted.
That's okay. But I don't know if it's worth a declaration publicly. Before then, I would be seen as a traitor. You all would be seen as a traitor for harboring me.
Wouldn't necessarily consider being a traitor, but if I was in the Emperor's position, looking from his perspective, where I know nothing about Rona, have no ties to her, and I'm looking to start a war with Kavarant, taking her would be the very first move I would do if she delivered herself to my doorstep. I mean, she would be the most important person in an enemy country. She just walked
But
into my house.
He already knows that.
Yes.
We're assuming. So What if we got the others on our side? I'm assuming only Thundermane and the Emperor know. The rest we'll find out in this meeting. What if we are the ones to tell them?
Loyalty.
Rona went into Kabarat.
It transcends their loyalty to the throne. Sorry, continue.
We did it. You took him all, but he
finally did it.
Sorry, Cerseus. I'm so sorry. I had to get it out.
You're good. You're good. What if we go in there and tell them Rona took over Kabarat? There's nothing to fear. The others will be delighted. The Emperor, knowing his secret want to start a war, will try and start something, but everyone will see the truth.
That might be our best option. I mean,
Try and get people on our side instead of his.
They already know, as you suspect. If Thundermane knows, the Emperor knows, everyone in that courtroom will know. So maybe it is best to start with that. And then whatever comes next,
we will handle.
With all the deeds that you all did in Kabarat, I do not see any of it as inherently bad. Maybe they'll listen. I only worry. I feel like we're missing something.
It's another piece of the puzzle. Damien Thundermane somehow involved with the fall of Alvaron.
That is a serious accusation. How do you come to that?
The night of my attempted assassination when I was out of town, the day before the Iron Crest was attacked, the couriers of my potential death were these pale creatures that didn't have a face. They only had a mouth and black robes. And they left me a paper that said, "You have no right." For words that have haunted me for the past year. Damien yesterday decided as he was leaving my grand hall in New Iron Crest, said those same words to me as he closed the door. The only way he would know to say that, the way he did, is if he knows what happened.
You feel certain of that?
I would be willing to die on it.
Thundermane is a rather secretive person. It would be tough to learn of his intentions. And I think it backs my suspicions. Treat the meeting very carefully. Meet Scarlet where she told you to. Give her all your weapons. You'll have to disarm before you meet the Emperor anyways. So going there without weapons would... That way you can at least get them back. You can visually tell Ashenga's never been this nervous.
He fought a whole
Or
war.
just
That's
bringing
scary.
the weapons here, right?
Yes.
Couldn't we just leave them here the day up? Teleporting there, I doubt we'll run into trouble.
She wanted it to be smooth. Her and I might not be here during that time. And if there is this much of a conspiracy against you, do not hand your weapons to anyone other than me or Scarlet.
I'm not technically a part of the H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S. And other than some of you guys potentially telling the Emperor that I'm here, I doubt they would be expecting me.
That's right.
Maybe I stay here.
It's not a bad idea.
What if
with the
You-
weapons.
you could
That-
also?
Go ahead.
Sorry. You could also be secretly there. If there's any spots that you could hide, I'm sure you're stealthy enough to get around.
Ironically, being the cat is, well, pretty noticeable here.
Stick out like a furry thumb.
A little bit.
That wouldn't be bad. It would take. The only thing that worries me is how. I don't know. I feel like we're being watched all the time for Damien to know the things he does. So on the off chance he is watching one of the times that we happen to sneak into an alleyway and hand Scarlet our weapons.
That is true.
Well, the other side of that coin is what if he's scryed upon us while Eclipse has been with us and then she's mysteriously not there? Then you know something's up.
Cats have
So,
a
yeah.
tendency to go on their own.
Here's
Also
the best.
doesn't know who she is.
The best I can offer. She's right. She's new. Her face not as recognizable to Wormbreaker as of yet. Maybe instead of handing the weapons to Scarlet before you enter the capital's castle, give them to Eclipse. Yes.
No, out of game.
Oh.
Hector told Thundermane Eclipse would join at the meeting. Because Thundermane went,
Who
Who all's
that's important
attending?
to
We've
know.
seen that strange ass new cat. And you went, well, that's Eclipse. She saved the king, and she's joining us at the meeting. I texted
Cool.
Alex, but I didn't see your screen light up,
Oh.
so I didn't want to. So I was like, I got to say this now before we commit to something that isn't going to work.
Well,
I just wanted to bring that up.
You know, if we shredded or white it out in your notes, it didn't happen.
No, there's nothing to prove.
There's already video
Scratch
proof
it.
of it, so
There's
just
also
saying. It's only video proof.
he could change it.
Still.
You could change your mind. It's up to you on that. But if you want to give them to Scarlet, it will be safe. I promise you. Just meet her before the meeting, before you head into the castle. She's coming straight here.
I mean, if something were to happen inside the castle, it would be nice to have Eclipse there to help. If things
It's
do go the
true.
wrong way.
Especially if it's
Seriously,
someone of her
what's the-
skill. I've heard of what you did, by the way. Very commendable, Eclipse. And my name is Ashenga. I don't believe I've properly introduced myself. It is nice to meet you. Thank you for what you've done for past King Drydell. So,
All right. So the five of us walk into a trap. Make the
On
king
purpose.
angry. Emperor. So, talking about potential allies, we want to keep ourselves separate from anyone right now, I think, because when it comes down to us teleporting away in that situation, anyone who's affiliated with us can also be seen as a sort of traitor, and we would basically be leaving them there to die.
you want to move New Ironcrest's population?
We're going to have to. I assume after this starts, they're not going to be safe.
I
on the
can
other
send
side of the
word.
mountain. Yeah, do that. Send word and tell them to get inside through Torvald's palm. Anywhere and set up everything we have in the chokehold. That way, if they decide that they want to attack Alvaron, we won't be easy prey.
Sounds good. I can do that after our meeting here. I will head there and I'll take care of that for you.
Do you know anyone with a potential artifact or enchantment that would keep individuals from being looked upon, such as Scride?
I know there are places you could get them for a hefty coin, but since Elizzo's been shut down, I can't guarantee enough for all of you.
What?
You didn't hear.
Oh, that was a fun newspaper read. And running across 2 of them in the streets.
There's 200 some?
Yeah.
Mom and Elizzo's
he had a
running
sweatshop
around.
of himself, Rona.
Under
You're
the
right.
lizard.
Goodness.
Hand her- I'll slide her like a fake coin. Be like, you better.
I'll
right?
take it.
You better.
Yeah.
His own sweatshop.
So anyways,
Wow.
civil liberties have been served, but magic items are more scarce now.
Oh, I did get this. And Eldon will pull out all the gems, a bunch of healing potions, and we'll just start handing them to the clerics of the party. Like, did some light shopping.
All right, what are you handing out?
I'm handing out the diamonds.
I have
What-
it all
what-
written
the
down.
potions.
Oh, did we already do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did that
we
a while
did
ago.
that
I
already.
was just like,
Okay.
just want to
Just
get a.
in game, we're doing it.
Good. All right.
Also,
Already did
Eclipse.
So now you officially have them in your inventory.
Yes.
I feel like this would suit you better than me, Eclipse. And I'll slide across the table a set of boots of elven kind.
Oh,
That I
okay.
had forever and a day.
Eclipse, you can add boots of elven kind to your inventory.
Freshly polished. They seem to match whatever color your coat is at the time,
Okay.
as they assist with making you stealthier.
So, Ashenga goes back to the question at hand. It might be hard to attain. I do not have anything on me currently that would provide for that. Scarlet has the only one. It's a necklace.
I met a couple people that run a magic shop, but I don't know how quick they'd be able to churn out an item.
Yeah.
I mean, they did excellent work on this in a couple days. And I'll just kind of tap the suit of armor.
So, I have much to attend to. I have to speak with the Wormbreakers. Do you feel confident, Cerseus, that your brother is quite on your side if things were to get hairy?
Yes, but I don't know if I could safely get everyone out.
What do you mean?
How many people there are going to be on our side? If I get all 6 of us, I have 4 people. If I get my brother, maybe Kato, there's 2 left. Is there anyone else that would be on our side that I would need to get out of there?
What did you and Kato make up?
A little. I'm still curious about that one.
News to
But
me.
either way, I would like to get him out. Even if he wasn't on our side.
So you've been speaking with Kato since you've been back in Kalesh?
Yes.
What all have you told him?
Just my story. How I became a demon. I'm from what is it? Avelium. And I'm an Avon. Really, that's about it.
Did you tell him about Rona?
I don't believe I have.
Did you tell him about anything about Kavarat?
No, I don't believe I told him anything about that. I think I just told him the stuff that's happened to me and what happened to make me hold back my powers and kill 209 people. He knows about Parallax because that, of course, was who was holding him back, but he also would have found out when King Drydo came back around.
Cerseus, he tried to have you killed at one time.
I know.
Be very careful of what you tell him. But if you think he is one to be trusted, I will leave that for you. So that is your brother, Cato, the 5 of you now. Myself. That's 8. And we can count the 2 worm breakers. Is it 10 you can take?
If there's any more, they may get left behind.
I would ask that your direwolf, Abe, and your griffin, Icaros, stay here.
I can also get people out.
Hector, say it again.
It's a hard thing to ask of me. Were the Wormbreakers seen as our allies? Or would they be close enough to the king for him to think that they would be on his side?
They wouldn't abandon a stoneborn.
What about for many of the other countries, kingdoms? Like Marfell. Marfell's definitely out. There's no way they would back a stone.
Well, as for the others, for Kingdom of Tyrion, King Ruthen and Princess Meliana are devoted to the crown, devoted to the Emperor. I feel they will side with him. Which means the Eye of Yor will not be a safe haven forever. Sarum, the Wormbreakers, I feel confident will follow you, Hector. They've always been loyal to Stoneborn. Kalesh, if you trust in your brother, Alistair Drydell II, I will trust him. Although with Cato Kavana, your naval strategist, I cannot get over the attempt on your life. For Marfell, there is King Ulrich Marfell II and his son, Ulrich Marfell III. They've always been really close with the Emperor as well. A land of nobles. Their naval strategist is Fat Cat, Mark Timbo. I wouldn't count on them. And as for the Kingdom of Toril, you already know. Roman Velasius, Toril IV, your emperor. Slowly going mad. Damien Thundermane,
Right prick.
and the advisor to the Emperor, Savos Ravelar. That elven fellow with an attitude, if you remember. He won't leave the Emperor's side either. As far as I see, it's Sarum, Kalesh, and Alvaron.
Just at the meeting.
At the meeting will be everyone.
Plenty of support in the south too.
Well, the South won't be there.
I'm saying.
And let's not forget that also in the South, the Emperor just came back from a meeting with Cain Umbra.
You saved his life. I think he owes us.
Be careful.
You know, we got Islegard to talk to, so it's naturally.
We did, along with our
entirely.
Morgenstern as well.
No.
Hector?
With our ties with Morgenstern, we might be able to convince Cain Umbra to at least stay neutral. But if it does come down to this civil war involving the southern kingdoms would take it from a civil war into an invasion from the south. Should stay just us. And on top of that, we're splitting the entire empire of Aldahari in half. If this happens, it's going to take hundreds of years for us to recover from this significant of a battle between us. So I think the focus should be just between me and the Emperor. We can kill him. We take the head off the snake. If we have to, we don't know how it's going to go. Damien might just be a poison in his ear. It might just be him. We don't know.
That's true.
Even
Obviously,
if that is the case, oh, sorry.
obviously, we want to keep any casualties to a vast minimum. Finished one war, I don't wish to start another. Go ahead, Cerseus.
Even though it's not what we want, we do, or we should prepare for war. I would like to say we need to account all of our assets. We do have Kymaticus. We would have
What's
Well,
left
Ash.
of her? She just got out of her own civil war. She's barren almost.
We're one of the
If
same
war
issues
starts,
that
I don't
involve
know
the
if we'll
Southern
survive.
kingdoms.
If war starts, there's nothing we can do to stop it. It will hit Kymaticus. And we need to prepare them for that. That's all I'm saying here is we need to prepare everyone for this if it starts. If we
Yes,
take
pray
no
for the
action
Golden
after
Lions.
this, I feel like we will be dead in the water in terms of what will happen next. And we still have to head east. We still have to face Parallax. But
We still have
I'd
to
rather
travel
just be
in time.
prepared for everything.
First things first. Let us get through this meeting. Come what may. We will figure it out. H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S, you have done a lot alone in the past year, but you will have support if things go awry. If Aldahari does strike into a civil war, Hector is right. We will strike fast and strike hard and cut the head off the snake. That is the only way to prevent more casualty. Our kingdom is already trying to grow back. After the Great War, this world lost almost 70% of its population. I don't want that to happen again. So, for right now, let's get through the meeting. And we'll see what happens. I will head to New Ironcrest, talk with them about heading down to Torvald's Palm. And if you wish for me to speak to anyone from Kymaticus, I can.
I've got a line to my council.
Good. As for right now, I do have a meeting I must attend. In Marfell. I'll try to get a feel for how things are over there while I'm there.
Will you be safe?
Of course.
Okay.
When Scarlet's not trying to sneak up to your balcony, Eclipse, she's watching over me. With her, no one will stand a chance.
Good to hear.
Anyways, I must go. Hoplites, you are welcome here. As long as Tyrion will have you. If you wish to stay here, you can. If you have other things you must do, feel free. I probably won't see you again until the meeting. Best of luck. He steps back, opens up the doors to the conference room, gives you one last nod to all of you. Puts his hand on the pommel of his sword, which he keeps lazily at his side, and walks off towards the room of the teleportation circle. So, hoplites, you're all together. Where do you want to go? Do we want to do the...
I know I'd like to do far metal.
do we want to wrap up this far metal bit?
And we're all here.
Well, I first want to ask if anybody wants to go and tell Alistair with me that what's all happening, so he's not shocked.
We still have 3 extra days.
Tomorrow.
We can
Like-
do that later, but I would recommend not telling Kato anything.
Yeah, let's not tell Kato. Let's
I don't know
assassinate him.
your history, but normally we have this saying, or at least my mentor had this saying: a cheetah's spots may change, but it is still a cheetah. If they tried to kill you once, they will probably try to do it again.
All right. As the 5 of you sit in this conference room, figuring out what to do next, we're going to go ahead and end it there. So,
The war, though.
but the war. So thank you for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your time here, traveler. For now, we must part, but we will meet again soon. Stay safe out there, traveler, and remember to keep moving forward. Goodbye.